Okay. So we're going to kick things off tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching the recording, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to what we have to say about the ins and outs of the coaching opportunity and how we got started and how we've kind of worked it into our busy lives because we are all very busy, like most people are. And we're going to share with you our story, how you can get started, what we do as coaches, some of the incentives that we have, and our amazing community that we have built. I think the first one is Miss Heidi.
Hello, I am Heidi. I have been coaching for, I guess, like 3 years now. I did not realize so much time has gone by. It's crazy. So a few fun facts about me. I despise spiders. I will stand on a chair crying and screaming, and I'm getting better with the boys because I don't want them to be scared. I want them to get them for me. So it's a work in progress. I love to play games. I'm usually cold unless it's 25 degrees. So today was a very cold day, and I am a ketchup addict. I started coaching because I had these programs actually previous to signing up to be a coach, and I didn't do them. I was like, meh. And then we were trying to have a child, and my mental health was down the drain. And it all went hand in hand. So I knew it was time for me to make a change in my health, and I did not want to be on meds for mental health. So I reached out to the coach that I had, or actually she reached out to me at this time about coaching. And so I did not want to do the coach work per se. I saw that she was sharing on social media, and I knew that that would be the accountability piece that I needed. Because if I say I'm going to do something, you bet I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to be wrong. So that made me show up for myself. And then people started asking questions about what I was doing, leading into the coaching, just kind of going along into my journey and fitting nicely as being a coach. So I definitely signed up for the accountability piece for myself, and continue to coach for the income and the accountability and to help others change their lives and reach their goals. And I want to see this business grow for myself in the future. I do not want to quit my job. I do not want to be a full-time coach, but I would love to have a full-time income with coaching and just work part-time on the side at my job so that I can be home with my boys and watch them grow up. And that's me. Next is Rachel.
So I've been a coach 4.5 years now, which is kind of crazy to me. It seems like yesterday that I signed up. So I'm a mom to 3 beautiful children. Life is busy most days. I work full time, and my husband works shift work outside of the home as well. I absolutely love to travel. And I'm going to share with you guys later about how traveling and that love of travel works into coaching. My absolute favorite TV show is Friends, hands down. I've watched the whole series multiple times and can repeat them without even having to think about it. I love food, all things food. It doesn't matter what it is. I like to search out when we travel different types of food and the interesting things that we can eat and try and all of those things. And this is new to me, but I prefer books over TV. The TV's on at our house all day long and the kids watch it, but I would rather sit down and get lost in a good book than watch TV any day. So I started coaching 4.5 years ago. Our youngest was 9 months old, and I had lost the passion for my life. I just kind of felt like I was going through every single day being somebody's wife and somebody's mom, and that I didn't have something for myself. And I didn't think that I deserved to feel in it, to have that passion back in my life. And I started working on my own personal growth journey and development. And I stumbled upon my mentor's post online saying new coach university starts tomorrow. And I remember standing at my kitchen table thinking, why not me? Why can't that be me? Maybe this is the missing piece from my story and my journey that I need to step into. And the rest is kind of history. Our family has, the benefits from coaching has been incredible over the last 4.5 years. And it's just something part of our life now. My kids get to see me grow up and put my health first, and they're doing those things too. Sometimes I catch them in the living room with the weights and that sort of stuff out doing their own little circuit workouts. And I hope that I can share with them and build that foundation from such a young age that health is so much more important than weight loss, and eating good foods and bad foods and building that foundation from such a young age. And they can see me do that. And I'm very grateful for all of the amazing people that I've met along my coaching journey, because I never wasn't a very popular person in school. I wasn't part of the in crowd, and I have found my family within our amazing community. You're up, Kira.
Sorry, guys, I had some technical difficulties with the computer, so I was just leaving that and I jumped on my phone. So, hi everyone, my name is Kira. I started coaching in 2019. I love to do anything outdoors. That could be hiking, portaging, swimming, canoeing. I guess that's portaging, snowboarding, you name it. My family and I love to do it. We have 2 dogs. One is 4, and we actually just got our other one last Wednesday. He is 13 weeks. I lied. We just found out yesterday he's 13 weeks, not 16 weeks. And they're getting along great, which is awesome. I am a huge bookworm. I recently just got into audiobooks because I felt bad sitting and reading and discovered audiobooks. So I changed over to those. And then I am so terrible at just sitting and watching TV or like having idle hands. So I actually taught myself to knit like quite a few years ago while I was working night shifts. So I do that and enjoy that. So I started coaching, like I said, in 2019. I had decided to go back to school to be a massage therapist, and I needed something in my life that was for me. So yes, I was in school, but I was feeling pretty down and defeated. I was always an active person growing up, and just in adulthood felt really like bogged down, and like there wasn't any sports unless they were like competitive, and I am not a competitive sports human. So I had been watching my coach for probably a good year, and she'd been inviting me that long as well. And I was just like, oh, fine, why not? So she had said, you can get your money back, like do a 21-day program with me. If you don't like it, like you can get your money back. And I was like, cool, I'll get my money back at the end of this. Like whatever, I'll do 21 days and I'll take the refund, to be perfectly honest. And I saw amazing results in that first program, in that 21 days, and just like how I felt mood wise, how I was doing. And so at the end of that, I started my next program and was like, all right, how do I coach? Like, what do I do? Where do I go from here? And yeah, that's how I jumped in, and here we are now. And I can't believe that it's been this long. And like Rachel was saying, the community aspect has been phenomenal. Like meeting Rachel and Heidi has been incredible. And Rachel and I actually haven't met in person. We will, but we talk basically every day. And then Heidi and I have, because we live relatively close to each other, so we get together on occasion to spend time together. So that's where I am, and we'll move forward.
So the big thing, what we do as coaches. So we have basically the 4 vital behaviors is what we call them. But we lead by example. So we be a product of the product. So we share what is working. If it didn't work for you, you probably wouldn't share it. It's kind of like, we get paid when you sign somebody up to, you share your Starbucks when they have a new drink come out. So we share our shake and our pre and post workout and what the workouts are doing for us. And basically we show up for ourselves first and lead by that example. So whether it's completing a program, whether it's doing live workouts on the new platform, whatever it is in that aspect. So we share. We are encouragers. So recognition. I don't know about you all, but I love when somebody recognizes that I did something well. I love to recognize others when they do something well. When somebody hits that goal, business-wise or personal, it doesn't matter. Everybody should be recognized for everything. And that is something that we do in our community. And it's on the team pages. Like Thursdays are recognition days, and you just scroll the recognition and it warms your heart. It's so nice. And we are goal getters. We dream big, we set goals, we work together, we make sacrifices. I mean, I could be watching Netflix right now, I suppose, but I want to hang out with you guys. So I'm sacrificing Netflix. It's not really much of a sacrifice, but that's what we do. So to work your business, we send invites. So if you're here, you're probably invited. So we send invites, we reach out to people, we share this opportunity. We do our personal development. So sharing and leading by example, that includes your workout, but it also includes personal development. It's something that everybody should be doing. I was a skeptic on personal development when I first started. I thought, I'm fine. I don't need self-help. And that's what I thought of it. Game changer. Huge game changer. It doesn't matter what kind of personal development you need, if it's personal or professional. Right now, I'm reading the Cat and Nat book. That's my personal development because I want to know in my mom life journey as well, because it all goes hand in hand. I'm not alone, basically, right? So personal development is so, so huge. And you can work this business in pockets of your day, sit down and get it all done at once. I work in healthcare. I am on mat leave currently, but I work in healthcare. So I work every single shift. I have days, evenings, baths, and nights on my shift. I don't know how it's going to look with 2 kids going back to work, but it fits in pockets. So Kira and I actually were figuring out how we're going to make a new routine, and we call it the toilet task. Like, you take your phone to the bathroom so you can have these little tasks. Oh, I'm going to, connect with people on social media. You can do that while sitting on the toilet. I need a minute away from my kids. Here we go, right? Super simple, can really fit it into your day. Or you can sit down all at once and get it done. So on my mat leave with Noah, I actually, when he got into a sleeping routine, I would get up at 5 a.m. and do my stuff before he even got up. I've already worked for the day in an hour, and I got the whole rest of the day to spend with my child and just enjoy the day and reap the rewards still. So that, in a nutshell, is what we do as coaches.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about some common fears and misconceptions. And trust me, when I first started, I had a lot. I was very skeptical. I was very unsure about what an MLM was/did. And I didn't know. I had no information, and you just put all these misconceptions in front of your face and in your head and your mind without really breaking them down. So a couple of the common ones that I had, and that I'm sure a lot of Rachel and Heidi also had, is I don't know what I'm doing. Guess what? I still don't know what I'm doing. It's day by day. You figure it out. You learn as you go. You're never alone. And there's so much training that you can be a part of if you want to. So in saying with the trainings and stuff, it's available for you. You just have to push yourself in that direction and actually do it. Because if you don't do it, you won't know, and then you're not learning. So not knowing what you're doing is part of the job, guys. It's just what it is. And you learn as you go. If you've ever started a new job, you go into that job and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. You learn. You have a team, people help you, and you get through. The next one is, I'm not at my ideal weight. We don't want you at your ideal weight to start. We don't even, in my team, we don't even really look at weight. Like, I go based off of, how do you feel? How do your clothes fit? What's your mindset like? It's not all about the number that you see on the scale. We understand that there are people here who do need or who are wanting to lose weight. That will come as you go through this. So not being at your ideal weight is honestly ideal, because you want people to follow the journey with you. You want people to see your progress and your growth and your journey versus just you starting at like, hey, here I am. I'm already where I'm at, and there's no growth and there's no progress and there's no nothing. And like I said, it's not all about weight. The next one is, I don't have the time. That's an excuse. So a little bit of tough love. You can always find time. Like Heidi said, toilet tasks, do stuff while you're in the bathroom. Instead of sitting down and watching TV, do your coaching work, or do it while you're watching TV. I do that all the time. Like I said, I don't have very good idle hands. So half the time we'll be watching a movie and I'm half paying attention to the TV and also coaching as well. We can always make the time. And if you really don't have the time because you work, say 12-hour shifts and you don't really have breaks and stuff, maybe get up 5 minutes earlier. Maybe go to bed 10 minutes earlier so you can get up 10 minutes earlier the next morning. If it's important to you, you will make the time. The next thing I want to say about that is, when you say you don't have the time, I really like to have people write down their day. Take the hour from the time you get up in the morning to the time you go to bed, and look at actually what you're doing with those hours and those minutes. Because I bet you there are a lot of them where you're sitting and you're scrolling your Instagram feed or Facebook, and that's when you do your coaching work. The next one is, it's too expensive. So Rachel's going to talk a little bit about like how to get started and what that looks like. It's not. So when we look at how much a gym membership is, you can get a gym membership for what, $50 a month? You can sign up with us and join us as a coach for $186, and that's for the year. That's for the whole year. And then with coaching, you do have to pay for your back office. It gives you all your trainings, all the things you need, all your tools, all that good stuff. And that's $17 a month. That $17 gives you everything that you need to start and run this business. And think of it like you're buying a franchise, like a Tim Hortons franchise. You would spend, I don't know, like $500,000 maybe on a franchise. Like, I'm not really sure, but like, what's $17? And you can grow this business as big as you want or as little as you want. So it's very affordable. And then as you start to grow, you also generate income, and your income will then cover all those fees as well. So sign up 3 people who join you and you're covered. It covers your year. And then the next one is, I don't want to join a pyramid scheme. So I'm not sure how many of you are aware, but pyramid schemes are actually illegal. They are not something that you can do or whatever. But in this company, so say I'm your coach, you can grow above me. Yes, I'm your coach. Yes, I'm helping you get started. Yes, I'm doing this. Your income, you can skyrocket past me in your first month if you wanted to. So that's not a pyramid scheme, because in a pyramid scheme, I would always be at the top, but you can skyrocket past me and all that other stuff. So those are the common fears and misconceptions. And then I also want to talk about our community aspect. The community aspect is huge. By finding people who are like-minded, who want to work this business, who are just so supportive. Yes, you're going to run into people who are very different from you. That's okay. You don't have to work hand in hand with them. And it's okay to not get along with everyone who's on every team. But the thing that's really awesome about community is the accountability. we have Zoom rooms available in the mornings for anyone on the teams who want to jump on and do a workout together. And it just keeps you motivated and goal driven. And you can look up at someone while you're dying on the floor, which is me most mornings, and go, oh, Heidi's still killing it. Okay, I can push through. I got this. I can do this. And if someone sees you dying on the floor, they might pop in their mic and say, Kira, you got this. Let's keep going. We can do this together. It's super supportive. So we're not here to tear each other down. And I don't even know what to say about that. Like, just so supportive and ensuring that everyone moves forward. And if they have questions, that people are there to answer them for you. If your coach isn't available and you put your question out there to the team, someone will answer you fairly quickly, which is awesome. So you're never alone. And we also do, a lot of us do Facebook Messenger groups, and we're there to ask questions and work together and support each other throughout. And then the last thing is just working together. We like to see the light in each other. We like to see people's teams grow. We celebrate the small wins. We celebrate the big wins. Like we just celebrate. And it doesn't matter how big or small your goals and your dreams are. We're here the whole way. Does anyone else have anything to say about that as I get emotional?
I totally echo all of that. As a society that is very judgmental and trying to tear each other down, we don't have that in our tribe. It may be there in some places, but we don't allow that to be here. We get rid of that. Everybody, there's enough for everybody to go around. And we like to celebrate every single person, whatever step of their journey they are on. So our community is what has helped me get by this last 18 months, going from working full-time in an office to all of a sudden being home with 3 kids, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if it wasn't for our Zoom meetings to do our workouts in the mornings and just that community aspect, the last 18 months wouldn't have been very pretty. So I'm going to talk about the fun stuff, or I think this is the fun stuff. Some of the incentives that we have as coaches, how we earn money, and how the heck can you get started? So we earn 25% commission off of every product, program, any subscriptions that we help somebody get started with. That can be the apparel that we sell, that can be Beachbody On Demand subscriptions, that can be collagen, Shakeology, Beach Bars. Like, we have a whole nutrition line. So we actually earn commission off of that. That is one of the main ways that we earn income. With that, you also get to have 25% off of all of your purchases that you use for yourself. So whether that be your Shakeology every month, if you want to have Beach Bars, if you want to do some of the clothes that we have, you still get 25% off of all of that. As you start to build a team, that's when it comes into unlocking some of the other income that we have available to us. So Team Cycle is, I don't want to confuse too many people or overwhelm you too much in the beginning, so I won't go too in depth. But when you start to build a team, you start to earn extra money on their volume that their team produces, or different people in your downline. When you build a bigger team and you start to hit different ranks and that sort of thing, that's when you get to unlock bonuses. So these are quarterly bonuses that you receive. They happen at what we call 2-star diamond, 5-star diamond, and 15-star. and they can range anywhere from $1,000 American all the way up to 65 and $70,000 American when you're at the very top. So imagine what an extra, $1,000 every quarter would do for you just for building an amazing business. And I'll insert the income disclaimer at this point saying, Team Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of success and that sort of thing, but the possibilities are there. And we have some of an amazing earners on our own personal team, and it's crazy. Now the fun part, our trips. So I love to travel, and we never could afford to travel. That was an extra thing that we just couldn't afford the extra expense of traveling. So every single year we have the opportunity to earn an expense paid trip somewhere south. So this year we are headed to Punta Cana. I cannot wait. They are putting us up in a 5+ star resort, and it's absolutely incredible. And I went on my very first Success Club trip 2 years ago before the world shut down. And it was a cruise, and it was absolutely amazing to see how this company pampers us and showers us with gifts and different things. And I myself have earned a spot to go to what's called our leadership conference. And that's coming up at the end of this month. So at the end of September, fingers crossed. And they pay for everything. They pay for our food, they pay for our hotel, they pay for our drinks, they pay for trainings, they pay for parties. They just shower you with appreciation and celebrate all of the success from the past year. So that's one of the other amazing trips that you can earn is our leadership conference. We also have what's called New Leadership Conference. That's it coming up in January in Vegas. And I'm so excited to be able to be going on that as well, as long as COVID keeps continuing to go away as it is. But that again, everything is paid for. We just have to show up. We have quarterly events in our own areas, and they're slowly starting to come back to being in-person events, thankfully. The last year and a half, they've been virtual, but it is a chance to get together with the people in your own region or your own area. So for myself, I'm in Prince Edward Island. So we get together with the Maritime provinces. And Ontario has quite a few different ones for all of their areas. Everywhere's has their own, and they host their own. Sometimes you get super trainers with there. You have presenters. They could be top coaches in the network. Sometimes corporate comes and visits and does presentations. And it's just a chance to get together for trainings, to celebrate with your own teams and meet some of these people that we only see sometimes online, and build that connection, see what's coming, what products are coming, all of that sort of thing. So that's on our super weekends. Every single summer, we have what's called Coach Summit. And my very first Coach Summit in New Orleans, I went as a baby coach for only coaching for 4 months, and jumped on a plane, flew across the country to sleep in a hotel room with people that I have never met before. And as crazy as that sounds, that was the trip that changed everything for me. Because when you get to these events, they celebrate everybody for every accomplishment that we have achieved over that course of that year. And I remember sitting in the audience watching people walk across the stage being top income earners in the company, and remember looking at them thinking they are just like me. There is nothing different from them and me. And if they can do it, why can't I do it? So that was the trip that was the first that changed it. And I actually got to meet Heidi in person on one of our Coach Summit trips, which was absolutely amazing as well. So how do you actually go about getting started? So you've heard all of the fun things and all of the technical stuff and all of the incentives and that sort of thing, but how in the heck do you actually get started? So Kira touched a little bit on this. So when you go to get started, one good thing is we do not carry inventory in our house. So you don't have to worry about meeting up with somebody in the Walmart parking lot to give them their product, because we don't do that. Everything is shipped directly to somebody's house so that you don't have to take care of that. And we have a shipping department, a returns department, a customer service department. So we don't actually have to deal with that side of things, which is amazing. So when you get started, all you have to purchase is your own products. Because we are being a proof the product works, you only need to get started with your own products and your own things that you're going to use on your personal journey. So you have an option of just paying the coach fee to get started, which is $39 American and $50 Canadian. That opens your business. That's basically just gets you your back office and that sort of thing. If you want to get your products and all of the things that you want to help build you up and start you on your own transformation, we suggest you getting started with a challenge pack, which starts, like Kira said, at $160 American, $186 Canadian. That gets you access to your workouts for 12 months. That gets you lifetime access to both of our nutrition programs. That gets you your first 30-day supply of our superfoods or our pre and post workout. And they're changing it now that it used to include our tracker book and the colored containers, but they're switching up some of our challenge packs. So they may or may not be in some of those. We're fighting to keep them, so hopefully. And you get your coach fee waived. So you can sign up as a challenger for $186 Canadian, or you can open your business for $186 Canadian. So it's kind of a no-brainer on that end. When you get started with us, it's not just the purchase is done and then you're on your way and you have to figure it out on your own. We don't do that on our team. You instantly, as soon as you hit that register button and you make that purchase, you automatically get access to our support group and our training groups that we have. And we are all about keeping it simple and not overwhelming people in the beginning, because there's a lot of information to learn, but you learn as you go. The biggest steps in the beginning is to get started on your own journey and to start sharing it on social media. That's it. But you get plugged into our amazing team pages that we do meetings and trainings and all of that sort of stuff. And if you have a question, like Kira said, if somebody in your direct team is not available, there's somebody else awake or available at pretty much every single time of the day to ask any questions that you may have. So your next step, reach out to the person that you invited you to this sneak peek. Ask them questions. I know myself, I will answer any question that you ask me. I'm a pretty open book. I know Heidi and Kira are the same way. And let's get you started on your transformation journey. So reach out, ask those questions. If there's any other questions, I think I've touched on the ones that I had received. Did you girls get any questions from anybody previously? Okay. So reach out, connect with the person that added you or sent you the recording. If you have limitations or hesitating, like limiting beliefs or any hesitations that you may be thinking, mention those. we may be able to provide you a different perspective on those, because we've all started on day one and we all had those hesitations and limiting beliefs as well. So I hope this was informative. I hope it helped answer all of your questions that you may have been thinking and too scared to ask. And I can't wait to see some of you on our team page. Have a good night, guys.